Jocko etiquette demands that all the staff eat in the company cafeteria. Daily rendezvous of associates Ralph and Phil. Special shoes are provided for the workers who must spend long stretches on their feet. For the management knows well the toll in lost man-hours which foot ailments can take in industry. To meet the problem of adjusting women workers to the strain of forced draft production, Jocko has provided restrooms with batteries of sunray lamps, as well as standard nursing attendants. Any Jocko man or woman can leave his work to relax in the restrooms, steam baths, and massage departments, which are open to all. For Jack and Heinz believes that many minor illnesses which might cause days of absence can be avoided if the worker will avail himself of opportunities for rest and preventative treatment which the plant itself can supply. Toothaches, frequent cause of absenteeism, can be given immediate treatment at the Jocko Dental Clinic, where X-rays are taken to determine the associate's need for further dental care. Every Jack and Heinz employee participates in a group insurance plan, the premiums paid by the company. But above and beyond the elaborate system of benefits, the atmosphere of Jocko is set by the direct paternal contact Phil Jack maintains with all his staff. For he is well aware of the psychological principle that what people want is sympathetic attention. Discipline in the Jocko plant is informal but effective. Prowling time wasters are given the wolf call treatment. Workers themselves see to it no idle machine goes long unnoticed. Most infractions are dealt with by the shop stewards of the union with which Jocko has a closed shop agreement. And it is their function to warn offenders, and if need be, to recommend dismissal of men and women who cannot learn to cooperate effectively in the Jocko scheme of operations. Most concrete result of Jack and Heinz's extraordinary personnel policies is the almost total lack of absenteeism, America's #1 scourge in defense industry. For a full year, absenteeism was held well below 0.5%. For a 3-month period, Jocko recorded no unauthorized absences at all. Before defense workers were frozen in their jobs, the Jocko Employment Service had interviewed 90,000 applicants, had hired 7,500 of them, and had a waiting list of some 40,000, many of them servicemen, hoping for a Jocko job at the war's end. But though Jack and Heinz is spectacularly popular with Middle Western war workers, it is by no means so well liked by rival industrialists.
But Mr. Jack, you don't realize what you're doing to the labor situation here in Cleveland by hiring all the good workers. What are the other manufacturers going to do? You get the cream of all labor.
But we don't hire the cream of labor. We merely increase the productivity of the individual. Our policy of close cooperation between labor and management brings about an all-out war production effort. If you gentlemen would adopt our policy of operation, I'm sure that you'd find your production increase in your plants as they have in ours.
Even when Jocko workers leave the plant at the end of their 12-hour day, there is organized amusement provided for them. At the Jack and Heinz Recreation Club, owned by the associates, they and their families have a variety of diversions. The spirit of communal play is as evident in the Jocko worker's time off as in his time on. But the never-idle Jocko plant is almost a home to Bill Jack. And there he spends many an evening thinking out the problems of the war in which he plays his part and of the peace to follow.
You know, Joe, you hear so much these days about American industry not being able to compete with cheap foreign labor after the war. In my opinion, if American industry would adopt our policy, our production rate would be so great in this country that we could compete with any foreign market irrespective of how cheap the labor.
Designer Ralph Heinz has determined what Jocko is to build and sell when there will be no more production for war. And these plans are the company's most precious secret. But Bill Jack's chief post-war concern is still his expansive project for the welfare of his Jocko gang.
The coming of peace will work no unemployment hardship on you. You women have been employed because the armed forces have called your husbands, brothers, or sons. For each of these men who have been with us as long as 6 months, we are setting aside a trust fund of $50 a month. Each returning serviceman will get his job back when this war is won. And you women and girls will go home, back to being housewives and mothers again, as you promised to do when you came to work for us. If all industries would adopt this simple policy of taking care of their own employees, there would be no serious post-war problem of unemployment.
Working every hour for our liberty. God, oh, happy you and me. Everyone must fight for victory. One for all and all for one, we make that coming true. We're for one and understand the only one we do. God, oh, on the victory. Working hard for our full stand.
Time marches on.